What's up everyone, back for another vlog, and in today's vlog, it's channel update time, and in addition to that, I will be showing you the Oktoberfest beers that I'll be reviewing during the official Oktoberfest celebration in Munich, Germany. So let's get right into it. Channel update time. What does that mean? Well, it's an update about the channel. Now, typically from my experience of watching YouTube over the past 15 plus years, if somebody does a channel update, usually the channel is going to undergo some significant changes or maybe go on a hiatus or something to that effect. Not today. Not on my channel. So the last time I did a channel update was October 8th of last year. So we're coming up on 1 year since the channel's last update. And I just kind of wanted to do one today to kind of tell you guys about what to expect as we head into the fall and winter time and close out this year and then into next year. There are going to be some changes to the channel, but it's more to do with like the content that I'm going to be throwing out there, and I got a new toy to play with, hopefully, and hopefully it improves the quality of my channel. Although, is there anything out there that can improve the quality of my channel? Maybe somebody other than myself reviewing beers. Anyway, so like I said, it's been a year since I did the last channel update, and in the past year, the channel's been going great. A lot of interaction. I have reviewed a lot of beers, and in fact, if things continue for the next couple of weeks, on October 8th, it'll be 1 straight years of me, or one straight year, Joe, of me posting a daily video of some sort. There mostly have been reviews, but I think there's been a couple days where I just posted like a beer mail or something like that, which is something I pride myself on. That's consistency. Now, some of you who maybe have followed the channel since the infancy back in 2018, you know that my channel's underwent, I've gone on hiatus quite a bit due to health issues. The big one from late 2020 to late 2021 was like 10 and a half months. I underwent open heart surgery, replaced my aortic valve, so big hiatus there. I've had a couple other month-long hiatuses along the way, but for the most part, when I am posting content frequently, I am very consistent, or at least I try to be. I try to post something every single day, and the past year has went quite smoothly. I've been able to post something every single day, and I don't foresee that changing, but you never really know. I will say this, I love being a beer tuber now as much as I did when I first started the channel. So if my channel ever goes on hiatus or goes away permanently, it's not going to be because I lost the passion or the fire to do this. It's not going to be burnout. It's going to be something probably health related or something out of my control. So I just want to let you guys know that I still love doing this. It's still a lot of fun. It's a great hobby. I've met a lot of cool people, and I plan on continuing to do this until I no longer can. Anyway, that's not the channel update. The channel update is what to expect from the channel as we move forward into October, November, December, and finishing up the year. Well, at the end of this month, we have these Oktoberfest beers. So most years during the official Oktoberfest celebration in Munich, Germany, I review a handful of Oktoberfest beers. This year, I'm doing 5. And I'm going to review one on the beginning day, the last day, and then 3 in between. I picked these 5 because I've never had any of them. There's a couple new ones here, and they just sounded pretty good. Unfortunately, I have exhausted all my options as far as German brewed Oktoberfest beers go. I've reviewed pretty much everything I can get in my area. I know there's like 2 or 3 other Oktoberfest beers from German breweries that we can get here in America. I just haven't seen them in my area. So next year, I'm going to make a concerted effort to try and pick up at least 1 or 2 of them. Because each year I like to have an Oktoberfest beer from authentic German brewery, but this year it's just not in the cards because, again, I've pretty much went ham the first 2 or 3 years that I did this and kind of ran out of options. But we got a lot of cool ones here, at least in my opinion. Hopefully they're quite tasty, and we'll talk about them a little bit more at the end. So we have that at the end of this month into early October. Now, next month in October, no Shelfie beer reviews. They are replaced by the 7th annual 10 Days of Pumpkin. So if you're somebody who is relatively new to the channel, every year since the inception of the channel in 2018, the last 10 days of October, I review a pumpkin beer every single day, culminating on October 31st, which is Halloween, of course. And it's something that I originally started because I was like, you know what? I like pumpkin beers. Let's do something fun. Let's do some kind of theme in October. And of course, it kind of morphed into something that a lot of people enjoy. The viewers of my channel anyway. I've had a lot of people tell me they found my channel because of the pumpkin beer review. So the 7th annual is going to be crazy because we're getting down to the nitty gritty. And I've said this the last couple of years, but it's very hard to source pumpkin beers in my area that I have not reviewed on the channel. So I made an online order. I have somebody out there who's going to actually send one of my bucket list pumpkin beers. And I found a couple others, so we should be able to have another 10 this year. Next year is going to be way more difficult. So we'll see. If you do have any pumpkin beers in your neck of the woods that you would like to see me review for the 10 Days of Pumpkin next year, let me know. And I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to donations. I'm going to run out of pumpkin beers at some point in the next couple of years. There's no doubt about it. So, but yeah, this year we got that taken care of. And like I said, 7th annual, after I do the 7th annual, I'm going to be at like 80 pumpkin beers reviewed on the channel, which is just absurd, but I still like doing it. I have found, however, there are a lot of subpar pumpkin beers. When you review that many, you start to kind of understand what breweries do them right and what breweries don't, and it's kind of wild, but there are some really good ones out there as well. So October, we got the 10 Days of Pumpkin. Now, as we head into November, the Shelfie beer reviews will return. And most years on Thanksgiving Eve and Thanksgiving, I try to review something that relates to the holiday. And usually it's here in the Western New York area, the Big Dish Brewing Company, they do their Thanksgiving release on Thanksgiving Eve on Wednesday, where they do a bunch of barrel-aged beers. So maybe I'll review one of those for the following day, that Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday. We'll see, but I'm going to try to do a couple reviews, again, in the holiday spirit. Also, Black Friday is obviously Bourbon County Stout release from Goose Island, and I'm going to make a better effort to review some of those beers this year, because most years I just don't review them. A good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber Kyle over at No Hype Beer Reviews, he kind of has cornered the market on the Bourbon County reviews every year, and he loves it. I mean, he absolutely loves it, and I do too, but I'm not always in the mood to drink big barrel-aged beers, but I'm going to try to do at least a couple after the release, and leading up to Black Friday, maybe the week or two beforehand, I'm going to review some vintage Bourbon County releases, because it's been a while since I've reviewed anything from that series. So that's what you got to look forward to in November. December, Shelfie beer reviews will be replaced with holiday-themed beer reviews, which is basically what it sounds like. I try to get holiday themed beers to review, and I post them pretty much how I do Shelfie beer reviews, a couple per week, and I try to post them on also Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I usually end up with like 10 or 11 based on however the schedule is, so we'll see what we can do this year, but it's always a fun time. Kind of like the pumpkin beers, you find some really good holiday beers, and then you find some that are not so great, but it's always a good time, and I've been doing it the last couple of years. I've really come to enjoy it, and I think it kind of freshened up the channel. A lot of people seem to really dig them, so I'm going to be bringing those back as well. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the year. Now, throughout the rest of this year and into next year, there's going to be some changes on the channel. The first thing you're probably going to notice, I don't know when, probably in the next couple weeks, maybe in the next month, but the quality of the video is hopefully going to improve, but it's definitely going to be different, and that's because for the first time since I've started my channel, I actually picked up a camera, a vlogging camera. It's called the DJI Osmos Pocket 3. It's basically a vlogging camera, but you can use it like in a studio like this. This is just a room with the pretentious wall of bottles and cans behind me. Nothing special, but you can use it in a setting like this, but it's made also for vlogging. So by acquiring that, a camera, and buying that, and I also, on top of that, got some really nice wireless microphones. I was going to go for DJI makes their own, but like for two of them plus like the whole setup, it's like $350, almost as much as I paid for the camera. So like I was like, I don't think so. But I found these Lark M2, and they're about a third of the price, like $120, $130, and apparently their quality is fantastic as well. So between the DJI and the wireless mics, and I also picked up a new tripod and a couple other accessories, I am hoping for a couple things. Number one, improved quality to my videos as a whole. I'm going to try to shoot in 4K, probably do 40K 30 frames, maybe 4K 60 frames. I think the DJI does do 60. If not, we're going to kind of delve into the 4K. You don't need to see this mug in 4K, but 4K is where it's at nowadays, so it's like I should do that, or at least attempt to do that. So the quality is going to be better, because I'll be honest with you, I've been using the same phone since I started this channel back in 2018. My phone is pretty old. It's like 7 years old. I'm one of those guys when it comes to technology, I do not like switching it up. When I find something that works for me, I just roll with the punches. I'm not somebody who trades in my phone every single year. I just like going with what I know. However, my phone is getting to the end of its days. The battery takes a long time to recharge, but also it doesn't hold its charge that much, which makes sense because of its age. Also, the screen's starting to get burn-in from doing so many reviews over the years. It's starting to get burn-in from like the app that I use to shoot my reviews, so it's starting to mess with the quality of the camera as a whole. So I wanted to get a dedicated camera. I'm also going to hopefully get a new phone around Black Friday this year, but the camera is the key thing. I'm like, I want to get the camera because I want to do more on location videos. A lot of you guys have asked for it. Oh, we'd love to see some breweries in your area, either bottle shops, and do some reviews on location. That's what I want to do. So once I figure out the camera and understand it and whatnot, we're going to do some on locations. I already got a couple places lined up. I got a couple friends I'm going to hang out with at some point at a brewery, at a bottle shop. We're going to shoot some reviews, and we're going to do something outside of the studio, which is rare for me because it's much easier to just come in here, shoot a review, and be done with it, right? So I want to do a little bit more from that aspect and kind of change up the channel a little bit. I'm not going to be doing on location videos like on a weekly basis, but here and there I'm going to try to sprinkle them in, and it's better if I have a dedicated camera as opposed to my phone that can't hold a charge. And if I shot video for like an hour, I'd probably be out of battery life at that point. But anyway, so I got a new camera. Like I said, you should be looking for that in the near future. In addition to that, I want to get some series off the ground that I've been talking about, it seems, for years. First one is the blind beer style tournament. So I hinted at this when I started doing some of the Macro Monday beers or the Mexican lagers. I was like, oh, it'd be fun to do like a blind tournament to see which one is the best. We're going to start doing things like that. And I've actually already prepared and bought some stuff. So I do not have a significant other or somebody who can pour the beers off camera and then hand them to me in the whole nine. So I found a solution. Shout out to John, A.K. Anderson, over at Ginger Yeti Road Beers. He, in one of the reviews, he did a beer review, or I think it was like a blind taste testing, and he had this motorized rotating display, and I was like, that's a cool idea. So I'm going to steal that from Anderson. No, it was great inspiration. I was like, that'd be cool. So I bought one of them on Amazon, and then in addition to that, to make it fully blind outside of, I won't be able to see the beer or anything, I bought some blacked out, like opaque black wine glasses that are used for blind wine tasting. So I thought that'd be perfect for the beer review. So the way I'm going to set it up when I do any kind of blind reviews is I'm going to have the rotating display of the two wine glasses, pour the beers in, put it on the display, have it spin around, however, close my eyes, take them off, open my eyes. Hey, it's blind. It's blind enough anyway at that point. Like there's no point in trying to cheat or anything in those situations. I want to see truly what's the best. So we're going to start that at some point, I think before the end of this year. And the first style we're actually going to do is porters. We're going to do just either a combination of American, English, and robust porters. There's going to be no imperialized porters, no adjuncted porters, no smoked porters, just pure on porters, because I don't want to start mixing in like, oh, here's this smoked vanilla porter in comparison to a regular one. It's not fair. We're just going to go with base porter styles. And I'm really excited because there's a lot of great American porters. And the beauty about it is you guys are going to be involved. It's going to be something that's very interactive. You guys are not only going to pick some of the beers that go into the tournament, but you're going to actually pick the seeds. So the seedings, I should say. So whether it's 8, 10, or 12 beers, you guys are going to pick, what should be the number one seed in a blind porter tasting. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it because it's, again, something different. And I've always wanted to do that, to really see. I'll say, Edmund Fitzgerald is my favorite porter. Black Butte is my favorite porter. Is it really? A blind taste test. We will find out. So I'm going to actually probably get that off the ground in the next month or two, or at least try to, and see how that goes. And then finally, something I've been talking about for 3 or 4 years, I want to do a Viewer's Choice Cellar Sunday, more or less. I want to review beers from my cellar, and I want you guys to pick the ones I review. However, I have to go through my cellar. Some people have asked for like a video of the cellar. I'm just going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen. Maybe down the line if I organize it enough, but all my cellar is a bunch of beers in boxes, closed up. That's all they are. They're stacked up, and they're in my cellar, my basement, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I got to go through there. Most of them are 10, 12 years old, so a lot of them are probably way past their prime and just not great. Usually back, in the early to mid 2010s, if I bought a beer, I bought usually doubles of them. I'd drink one and then age one, and I would just sit there and have it age forever. A beer can age forever. That's not how it works. But once I get to go through everything and organize it and see what really would make for fun reviews, then we will start up that series, I don't want to have too many themes between Macro Monday, Shelfie beer reviews, West New York Wednesdays, and then potentially like the blind beer style tastings, blind beer style tournaments. I don't want to have like 5 of the 7 days be some kind of theme, because it's going to leave me where I can't review stuff that I just want to grab off the shelf and review, whether it's local, hyped, whatever. So I don't want to have too many themed kind of series, but I do want to get that off the ground at some point. So that is the goal. By the end of this year, into early next year, I want to get that Viewer's Choice Cellar Sunday off the ground, and I want to get the blind beer style tournament off the ground a little bit sooner than that. And like I said, new camera, I'm really looking forward to trying to see. I'm curious at how much better the quality would be, because you guys know when I do reviews, I try to hold my beer up and all that stuff, and the color is always different than when it looks like on the camera. I've messed with the settings and stuff. Nothing ever looks great on my phone camera in terms of how it looks in real life, and I feel like an actual camera like that will actually help me quite a bit. So yeah, that's the channel update. To recap, it's been a year, or it's going to be almost a year since I've been posted daily videos, which I'm really happy about and excited about, that the consistency is there. And then moving forward, we got a lot of different theme things going on throughout October, November, and December. Be on the lookout for that. Of course, when I do the 10 days of pumpkin or Shelfie beers or the holiday themed beers, I do a vlog like this showing you guys what I'm going to review, so you're not left in the dark like, oh, I wonder what's the 10 days of pumpkin. I wonder what beers. You'll know in advance. So just want to throw that one out there. So I think that does it for the channel update portion of this. So now we're going to go over the Oktoberfest beers. So once again, I'm going to be posting all 5 of these reviews during the official Oktoberfest celebration in Munich, Germany. This year it takes place from Saturday, September 21st until Sunday, October 6th. And this beer over here will be the one to start it all. It's going to be posted on that Saturday. And then this one over here will close out the celebration on the final Sunday. And these 3 will be spread out I think it's 16 days total, and these will be spread out over like a 14-day period, the 3 in the middle. So let's go over them real quickly. So the first one I have here, I'm sure a lot of you have already had this one, and maybe have had a lot of these because it's, these Oktoberfest beers get released basically in July. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like pumpkin beers that get released in July. It's like, what's going on? But anyway, so this is a Sierra Nevada's yearly collaboration with a German brewery. This year, they're collabing with Brauerei Gutmann. They are out of, I don't know where in Germany. When I do the review, but they're definitely out of Germany. And this year, they're going with a fest beer style Oktoberfest. So it's 6% alcohol by volume, and my can will be just over 2.5 months old, which is, again, ridiculous. I'm reviewing this pretty much in the middle of September. The fact that this is, was canned in late June is pretty wild. But I'm really looking forward to this. It's always fun when Sierra Nevada, tries to, I shouldn't say tries, when they do a collab with a German brewery for this. Most years it's pretty damn good, usually quite authentic, and it's a fest beer. So I'm really looking forward to them doing a fest beer. Next is, I'm super excited, but also kind of worried about this one. So it's from Brewery Amagang, and this is their Oktomamagang? What? Oktomagang. Reading is fun to know. Oktoberfest. So this is their Meriton style lager. So it's a Meriton style Oktoberfest, 5.8%. And I watched a video on their YouTube channel from last fall where they talked about this one, and they talked about they use a Belgian yeast strain in this, which I found quite interesting. Last year, though, it was only available on tap, I believe, at the brewery or the tap room. Now they canned it this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. But once again, this one was canned in late June. So it's just going to be just under 3 months old, but it does have a best by date of like 9 months after that. So we should be fine. And they have a spiel on the back, but I think it's pretty cool. They're using, like I said, a Belgian yeast strain, which you'd expect from Brewery Amagang. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with this one, how it is. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. We'll say that. Next, we have a beer from a bigger craft brewery. This is Shiner's Oktoberfest. So this is a Meriton style Oktoberfest, 5.7. And unlike the other breweries, they do not have a bottled on date anywhere I could find. I looked off camera and I'm looking on camera in the light. Does it look any better? Can I find something? No, there's no date on here at all. Actually, there's something at the bottom, but I can't really tell. It's actually in the bottle. It says something 24, but none of that makes sense. It's this year's release, I know that much. So whenever it was released, relatively fresh, I guess, probably under 3 months old. So yeah, I don't know what to expect from Shiner's Oktoberfest, but I'm sure as heck going to give it a go. Next, we have the only Western New York Wednesday beer of the Oktoberfest beers, and it comes from Steuben. brewing company out of they're out of Hammondsport, I believe. Yeah, Hammondsport, New York, and this is their Oktoberfest, 5.2%. This is another Meriton-style Oktoberfest, and this one's a little bit more like it, canned on 7/25, so late July. So this is going to be under 2 months old, which is better than the rest, I believe. I don't think any of them are. There might be, I don't know. The last one I think is kind of around the same time. So Steuben, I have not reviewed anything from them on the channel, but I know a couple friends really swear by their lagers. So this being a Oktoberfest lager, I'm hoping it's pretty good. And last but not least, we have one that I wanted to review last year, but couldn't find it in time. And it's from Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers, and it's their Munich Fest. So this is another fest beer style lager. This one comes in at 6% alcohol by volume, double decoction mash, and this was canned on July 16th. So this will be around 2 months old when I review it. This a little bit over 2 months old by the time I review it. Probably like just under 2.5 months old. So kind of the same as the rest, but really looking forward to that one. Their Copper Legend I reviewed and I revisited, and I don't love their Copper Legend. I think it's solid. I think it's good. It's just not one of my favorites. So I'm curious to see how they do with a fest beer. I mean, Jack's Abbey, known for lagers. A lot of great beers I've reviewed from them on the channel. So I'll put the two fest beers on the ends here because I kind of wanted to start and end with one because that's what you're drinking at Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany is fest beers. So pretty interesting lineup here. I've always wanted to try the Shiner. I'm looking forward to all of them, but I'm really curious about the Amagang. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping it's delicious. I guess we'll see. So if you've had any of these beers this year so far, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about them. This beer seems to be highly regarded, but I've seen some people say that drinks more like a Pilsner or like a little bit more of like a hoppy fest beer, which I could definitely see. I haven't really seen too many people talk about this one. Shiner, I have no idea. Steuben, not as much. And I know people have enjoyed this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of them. So again, be on the lookout for these throughout the rest of this month into early October, and I'm going to shut this incredibly long vlog down. Like I said, sometimes you got to do a channel update, and I kind of want to let you guys know what's going on with the channel. Like I said, it's all positive. The channel is going extremely well, and I kind of want to introduce some new segments, some new series, and I'm really excited about the camera. Like I said, when it comes to technology, I'm not the best, and I always get overwhelmed when I get new technology because there's so much stuff going on. So I got to take a little while to understand that camera and figure it out. But once I do, I think I'm going to be all in, and then we'll start doing some on-location stuff, which I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy. And I am definitely going to be one of those people that enjoy it for sure. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another vlog. And until the next one, cheers.